So I decided to create a video log of my journey recovering from a concussion. I'm about 27 days post concussion, and as you can see, I'm still lying in a dark room because I started experiencing really bad symptoms, heavy from the light, and my toddler was crying, and the pain from his cry in my head was literally excruciating. Instantly felt dizzy, and that's sort of what life looks like on a daily basis, dealing with this. So, the symptoms that I currently experience are head pressure. The way that I can describe it is almost feels like my brain is going to swell and it has no room to swell, so it's like pressing up against my skull, and my skull isn't big enough to handle my brain. And it just becomes such pressure. Sometimes I get shooting pains, usually in the back of my head, which is weird because I got hit to the side and experienced whiplash in my neck. Um, so I lose my train of thought. I can't have a conversation with more than one person at one time. High sensitivity to light. The sensitivity to noise is moderate. But if it gets really intense, certain noises really agitate the concussion state. Dizziness, nausea, like a spinning sensation, and just sort of a feeling as if I'm here, but I'm not really here. Like I can't explain it. It's almost like I'm just in a dream state. So some days I have better, and some days I feel like I regress in my recovery. Today is one of those days that I feel like I'm regressing. So I actually woke up with a really terrible headache before my feet even hit the floor to go to the washroom. Everything was spinning. I laid back down, but I've been now laying pretty much for the past 20 something days, and I feel extremely bored. I feel extremely frustrated with the lack of progress that I've been making, and I felt as if I should have been better by now, and I'm not. As you can see, I'm wearing this mask constantly because it's been almost like a saving grace from the light, or when things get too much, especially visually, I have to sort of stop the visual stimulation because that's where I find affects me the most, more so than audio. And so I have to really be listening to my symptoms, and I am laying in a dark room and hoping for some of these symptoms to go away so I can get enough strength to do another small task, which could be just conversing with my family. And the progress, like I said, is not fast enough for me. I'm an overthinker, and this feels like extreme punishment, not being able to read, not being able to stimulate myself in any way, with, screen time or thinking or doing work projects. It's very frustrating. I have set myself some small goals of doing 2 small walks a day. Um, Today is Saturday. Last Saturday, I couldn't make it to the end of the driveway. So this Saturday, I'm actually able to make it 5 houses down, and so I can see the progress, but yet it's something so minuscule. Really, 5 houses has been my walk, yeah. But I'm trying to keep good spirits, saying it's okay. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do 6 houses, and I'm gonna come back. Really, what bothers me is any kind of side motion. So as soon as I'm walking down the street and a vehicle will drive by, and more than one vehicle drives by, that's sort of a trigger in my mind, and I have to shut everything down because the spins, the nausea, I'm gonna throw up. So I am going to keep logging some of the therapies that I am trying out in hopes to maybe save somebody some money if the therapy doesn't work, because I've tried many therapies as of right now. So, like I said, I've been about 27 days with symptoms, and I've tried now. I'm seeing a sports medicine doctor. I'm seeing a kinesiologist, which has a specialty in concussion management. I am seeing a naturopathic doctor, which I am doing IV infusions, lots of B12, lots of amino acids, and repairing some of the inflammation that's going on in the brain. I find that that's been helpful because I feel really good about an hour after the IV injections. Um, and then I sort of come down and I crash again. So I've been taking lots of supplements, and I've also been on an anti-inflammation diet, which is mainly a paleo diet, and I've been failing at that too. It's been quite hard because I'm almost wondering sometimes if I'm getting some of the pressure headaches from the withdrawals of the sugars and the caffeine. So I've been allowing myself some of the caffeine. But I'm trying to maintain a healthy diet to sort of repair. I'm taking a few supplements. So I'm taking curcumin, which actually crosses the blood-brain barrier. I'm taking magnesium prior to going to bed to help a little bit with the head pains. And just taking general multivitamins, lots of fish oils, vitamins, iron, and vitamin D. Since I'm not getting any sun, as you can see, I'm lying out in a dark room, so it's not really helping with feelings of well-being. I feel discouraged, I feel frustrated, but I have to wake up every day and say today is going to be a better day. Because I found my mood really changes if I wake up and have the spins and have the headache and I say, oh my gosh, it's 20 something days and this is the way you still feel after all the bed rest I've done, after I've listened to every doctor what they told me not to do anything, and this is the way I feel. So it's frustrating, but I got to continue to keep my moods up. I got to continue to surround myself with loving family members and friends who are encouraging me, who are able to help out with the kids. I have my awesome church group who is dropping off meals because making dinners or making lunches or making breakfast is so difficult, mainly because we live in a very windowy house with lots of sun coming in, and just the vestibular movements of everything is really making me sick. So I will keep logging some of the therapies that I've tried, and hopefully it will reach somebody. Hopefully it'll help somebody. That is my goal. Because I feel so alone in it, mainly because I feel isolated, but I know that there's others out there that have experienced this and felt this. Oh, another actual therapy that I did try was the Botox therapy for the headaches and the migraine. And I am about 4 days post the Botox therapy, and I found that the tension from my muscles, because any light that was coming in, I was squinting really hard. I was carrying it all in my eyes, my forehead, all this tension right here, a little bit in my neck. So I have tried that, and I actually find that that has been one of the most helpful therapies that I have done for the tension headaches. And also the massage therapy that I do for the back of my neck, which I had the whiplash, and that's been quite helpful and just soothing. And it's nice to just be in a dark room and just to get out of the house. Like, it's been really mood lifting when I have to go to an appointment, because it's like I don't have to lie here, and I have something to look forward to, and there's a glimmer of hope that I'll get better. So my goal is to be better completely with no concussion symptoms by 8 weeks, because I have a Disney trip booked with the family, and right now the thought about going to Disney is really overwhelming. I can't even go to a grocery store with all the movement, the colors, the lights. It's extremely painful for me that I can't even imagine going to Disney World. So I am fingers and toes crossed and been praying every day that I am going to make it, so I don't let my family and my kids down, because they're so excited. So 8 weeks, so I'm going to be trying different and crazy therapies. I mean, anybody that says they're a concussion specialist, I will find them out and I will try a therapy, because I have 8 weeks to feel zero symptoms, and be there for my family. Being a mom right now is very difficult. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, my little one fell and just started crying, and the screams of his cries were so unbearable that I am in a dark room